Okay, hello and welcome back to another video. How are we all doing? Right, back in Blackpool today, of course. I'm just here on Trafalgar Street, just off Lytham Road, literally looking at the sea right behind the camera. I'll show you in 2 seconds. We're checking out a hotel called the New Valron. The price I paid tonight was £19.84. It does not include breakfast, it's just a room only, and I believe it is a shared bathroom. And also a bonus mention, I believe I've got free parking on the street. I'm just going to double check any signs around here. There is like a parking site just here which you have to pay for, but I'm on the street, and as far as I can see around, yeah, no, not the nicest site in the world, that one, is it? As far as I can see around me, there's no signs saying I'm time limited, and there's a couple of the cars parked behind me as well. So I think we're good. We should have free parking, which is always a bonus, because just looking at this one here, if we want to get the overnight parking here, 24 hours, $14.99. And that car park, it looks terrible. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's go take a look. We're just about in the yellow lines. I mean, not really, but kind of. Room number 6, that's us. Okay, and we're inside the room. So, first impressions, very good to be fair. Smelled nice downstairs, it was a nice welcome, the guys were very friendly. I was trying to avoid filming someone who was like stood right next to the door. I showed you a little clip of the TV lounge, that's what it was called. Had a pool table, darts board. I was stood with the person checking me in, so I didn't get a clip of it, but they did have an on-site restaurant, and it looked like quite a big restaurant, surprisingly. And also, they did have a separate lounge. I'll see if I can put a picture on screen. It looked like they had like a full bar section with like a dance pole, we'll call it. They had songs blaring, it looked good. I'm impressed they have something like that on site at a hotel at this price. So again, just over £19 I paid for this room for the night. And I will immediately mention, look at this on the side, full blown menu for the restaurant, available 9 AM until 11 PM. Just as crazy this is on the side, honestly. I'm really impressed. Never booked a hotel this cheap and had this on site. 12-inch pizzas, $6.99, $8.99. Burgers, wraps, chicken, fish, sausage, hot dogs. Even breakfast as well. We want to go down and get breakfast in the morning. Get a large breakfast for £9.50. Scottish breakfast, the catering for the tourists. Thoroughly impressed. Let's have a look around the room. Continues with the white and grey accents around. Pretty solid rail with some hooks there as well. Actually put on the wall at a good height for once. Normally they're way too low or way too high. The carpet, as a quick bonus, looks fresh, and the room genuinely smells fresh. They're doing themselves a bit of an injustice here. The bed's like quite badly positioned in the room, so it's like a big gap over there and a big gap there, so it's kind of making the room smaller than it needs to be. I booked a single room, I've got a single bed, it's got some fresh white bedding. I'm not going to ask a hotel at this price to iron the sheets, that's just ridiculous, but the bed looks clean, the bed frame is nice. Let me take a pause there and tell you why I booked this one tonight. Okay, the reason for me booking this one tonight is because it was a bit of a strange one. The photos of the actual rooms looked really, really nice. It was nice decor, nice design. I'll put a picture on screen just to show you. Normally when you look at a hotel this price, it's kind of like more basic furniture, unmatched bedding, everything in the room's kind of a bit of a jumble. It's kind of like they bought random stuff and just chucked it all in the room. But this one looks like everything matched. Someone's actually designed the room. However, the reviews were quite bad. It was a 5.5 out of 10 on booking.com. So the photos looked really nice, the reviews didn't match. I kind of wanted to see what was going on. That's the reason I booked this one. You don't have much of a view, and that is both in terms of the window cleanliness and what you're looking at. You've literally just got some other apartments and stuff like that and hotels across the road. But even if there was a sea view, you can't really see much as the window itself. Yeah, unfortunately it's pretty filthy. Moving back into the room, you do have a pretty big TV. There's my hand in comparison. That's got to be a good 32-inch maybe, something like that. It's a pretty big TV to see in a single room, so that's pretty nice. And also it's actually been cleaned, the screen of it. And it's like shiny clean. You can see me perfectly in that. Toilet roll placed on here. It is a shared bathroom. I do not have an ensuite. We'll go and take a look at it after, don't worry. But I've got my own toilet roll. I'm not just relying on what's left in there, so that's pretty good. Nice little lamp here, and a little extra bonus, if this does work. I'm hoping it does. Oh, touch lamp, I'm an idiot. And a bigger bonus, it's got a USB-C and a standard USB slot on the side of the lamp, so I can very easily charge my phone, so that's a bonus. That's a little bit clustered looking. Would have been nice to even put them inside the mug. I'd have taken that, but instead these are kind of just dumped on the side. I am noticing like tiny bits of residue left on here. There's like a little bit of white powder on, no, not powder, no, not powder, not white powder. Let me take that back, like a splash of paint, or, you know, a bit of wallpaper, I don't know, something like that. Bit there, a little bit over here next to the coffee, and then a little bit's hiding at the back behind the kettle. What is that under there? A little bit of rubbish, unfortunately. That's fine, no one noticed it. Little bin here as well. Oh, facing the wrong way, we'll go and fix that for them. That's fine, nice little bin as well, and it continues to match. It's not one of those stainless steel bins which has been drop kicked 40 times. But yeah, kettle's got a tiny hair on top. Let's have a look inside the kettle. It's obviously been used a bit, but that is pretty much absolutely spotless. So that's nice, I'll take that. Little remote for your TV. As soon as you get one of these remotes, you know it's going to be a more modern TV. So that's nice. You got your Netflix, Prime Video, apps, and Freeview Play as well. So that's a nice add-on. The blinds, not often I can say this at this price hotel, but the blinds are all there. We're not missing any. Normally there's like 5 slats all disappeared. Around the actual windowsill, tiny bits of like dirt residue in the corner. Could be a little bit cleaner, but far from the worst I've seen. Okay, sink in the corner. A little bar of soap as well. Nice little touch to add on so you can wash your hands. However, I can see an immediate problem with this just here. There used to be a pretty big hair stuck to the edge of the sink, which is kind of gross. Yeah, that is unfortunate. That is pretty obvious to see. I mean, even, I don't even know if the camera's focused right now, but you can pretty plainly see that on screen. Rest of the sink is worn, little paint spillages on the side, but yeah, it's not dirty. Oh, actually, does it work? Oh. Okay, we're doing something there. Hot. Cold. We did hear something. Okay, the tap doesn't work, that's unfortunate. That's probably why it's not particularly clean. Nice little chair tucked in here as well, it's quite weirdly placed. Not sure why it's not here. But yeah, nice modern chair, nice colour. Yeah, this drawer doesn't actually close. I think it's hitting something, I don't know what it's hitting. Maybe it's hitting that radiator that's hidden behind there, but it doesn't actually close. And also an unfortunate point is it does have crumbs inside. That's not the nicest sight you want to see in a hotel. Yeah, pretty basic issue overlooked there, so that's a shame. Right, I reckon we have a look at this bed, see what we're working with. Starting off with the pillow, of course. Definitely bits of sweat stains, which is unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunately little bits of sweat stains here on the edge of the pillow, which is disappointing because the first side I looked at was pretty pristine. I'm not going to pull the quilt right out, we're just going to do an accuracy test, have a general look over it. And that is pretty fresh. Right, last but not least, let's have a look at this mattress. It's thrown me off a bit because the whole mattress isn't white. The material is actually like a bit of an off-white towards a yellow. Not pea yellow, actual material yellow. It's kind of like off-white, so it makes it look dirty. You know, like just comparing it to the sheet there, that's perfectly white. That's not supposed to be white. Let me just clarify that. There's a few little marks and hairs. They haven't gone into insane detail with this, if we're being completely honest. Big hair there. Hair 3, 4, 5. Bit of a yellow circle. Another bit of yellow on the side. Follows down a bit. Didn't have a mattress protector. I have just noticed that, so that's worth mentioning. But yeah, you got 5 hairs there. 6. 7, 9, 10, 11. Yes, to be honest, the thing that's put me off most is the hairs. It needs a lint roll and a scrub. That's what this mattress needs. Yeah, just need the hairs, just need them lint rolled off because it is quite gross. The yellow patches, I mean, something this small, not going to expect them to replace the entire mattress. Maybe we should start doing individual mattress scores. Maybe that's what I need to add to the videos. Let's start that right now. Let's do an individual mattress score. Bearing in mind I've done a lot of these videos, I've done a lot of hotels, so I'm kind of comparing it to all of them as well. If you're not a returning viewer of the channel, this probably looks terrible. Surprisingly, this is actually one of the better mattresses we've seen on this channel. Let's go out of 10. I'll give it a 6.5. 6.5 out of 10. I think that feels pretty fair. Had it have been lint rolled, it'd have probably been like an 8 out of 10. But just with these hairs and the fluff, it's kind of just shows, you know, not attention to detail and also no mattress protector. Yeah, disappointing. Right, let's have a look at this toilet. Okay, there's no window. There's also pee in the toilet. Not going to knock any points off the hotel for that one because that's not their fault. I think that's damp on the wall. Quite a big patch of damp on the wall. I mean, it doesn't feel particularly filthy in here. It just kind of feels like it was refurbished a while ago. Could definitely do with a bit of a freshen up in here. Huge crack in the toilet seat there. Make sure you don't cut your legs open. Other than that, pretty functional toilet. So that's the end of the new Valron Hotel. There isn't too much to show because it's just a single room with a shared bathroom, and even the shared bathroom doesn't have a shower, so there's nothing too in detail to go. Which is worth a mention, if you do want to spend more than one night at this place, I'd highly recommend not booking a single room, as far as I can see I don't have access to a shower. But as I said, I paid just over £19 for this. I think it's a pretty solid hotel for the price. We had a few cleanliness issues with the hairs and, you know, the crumbs and stuff like that, and the mattress wasn't 100%, but for just over £19 I genuinely think it's a very good deal. You've literally just got the sea just at the end of the road. You're not too far from town centre. There's loads of bars, takeaways, restaurants. We've got a restaurant on site, you've got a bar on site, you've got a pool table, dartboard, and yeah, there's just, honestly, impressive for the price. I do think it's a pretty good deal. Staff member, the guy who checked me in, he was absolutely lovely, very friendly. I'll put my full review on screen now. Also, just shout out for the previous video as well. At the time I record this one, the previous video is already at 30,000 views. We've got like 200 new subscribers off it. So yeah, what a welcome back. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment what you thought of the new Valron Hotel, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.